here with Alfie Allen. How are you doing today, Alfie?
I'm very good. How are you, dude?
I'm excited.
Good.
Speaking to everyone. So, this is your first time in Perth, Alfie?
It is my first time in Perth. Not my first time in Australia. I've been to Melbourne and Brisbane when I was younger, and then just come from Sydney for the other Supanova thing. And I'm loving Perth. It's great.
Cool. And were you expecting this sort of response from all the panels and all the fans coming to see you?
Not really, no. My line has at times been completely empty, but it hasn't dented my ego, so that's fine. But no, I just got back after lunch and it was pretty full, so the reception has been pretty good. Everyone's been really happy with it.
Definitely lots of people who are fans of Game of Thrones. Can you tell us a little bit about that for maybe some people who haven't seen Game of Thrones before?
Game of Thrones is, I mean, it comes with the tag of fantasy, but it's not really a fantasy. It's more of a drama about the human relationships and the politics that are going on in this fantasy land. It's just brilliant TV viewing. It's kind of like, even though I don't like saying this, but it will sort of explain it in layman's terms, it's like Lord of the Rings, but with more blood and more sex.
Yeah, so I'm guessing the Lord of the Rings comparison is not a big popular thing.
Well, no, I love Lord of the Rings, but it's just I don't like comparing anything to anything, because everything is original in itself if it's good enough, and I think Game of Thrones is definitely good enough.
Definitely. And you being such a young age, how did you get into acting and everything?
Well, I started out when I was very young, then managed to get an agent. I was in a film called Agent Cody Banks 2, and got an agent from that, and just started off doing that. Things weren't going too well for me, so I decided to become a snowboard instructor for a while.
Oh, nice.
Then got a job on a film called Atonement with Keira Knightley, and then things kind of snowballed from there, and got Game of Thrones about 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now.
Cool. And who's probably, like, you've worked with, who's the best person you've worked with alongside?
I couldn't possibly say.
Okay.
I couldn't possibly say. I enjoyed working with Dominic Cooper and Aidan Gillen, even though I didn't work directly with Aidan Gillen, just to be involved in something that he was involved with is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, definitely. And just one final thing to wrap up. For readers who are maybe interested in acting, who want to get into roles like Game of Thrones, do you have any advice for them?
Go to the theatres. Just put yourself out. If you haven't got an agent, just go around to the theatres, go and watch loads of theatre, and go and talk to the theatre directors and tell them that you want to be an actor, and that's how you will get involved. And if they ask you to be a stagehand, do it. If you haven't got a job just being an actor straight away, you've got to work your way up. If you've got to make cups of teas, make cups of teas. Just work at it and you will do it.
Thank you very much, Alfie, for your time.
Sweet. Take care.
You too.